Hey, hello out there. Hope everyone's feeling good, doing what they love. Right now it's kind of it's a little bit late. It's about 9:30 p.m. and I'm just sitting in my bathroom. I'm in a tub of ice. I'll kind of show it to you so you can see. This is another thing that I do to help me, I guess, recharge my battery and pull more energy into my body and kind of detox from all of the things throughout my day that may suck the energy right out of me. Like things that are kind of unavoidable, like, I have to go to work, I have to be under artificial conditions. So this kind of resets that. And I guess, the purpose of it is it's another way to mimic nature. And I'll talk about that later in another video when I do my video about taking ice baths. And the purpose of this video, or the focus of this video, is to talk about things we can do at home to be more natural, or to offset the unnatural things that are in your home when you can't be out in nature. And a lot of the stuff that I'm going to talk about I think is somewhat common knowledge, but I think there's a lot of people out there that aren't really aware of a lot of this stuff, and they don't realize how important it is, and like the implications of it, or the long-term effects that it has on your health. And I'm going to start by talking about, okay, the most important thing that I think you have to take into consideration when you want to try to optimize your life, or make your life, make your energy, conserve your energy and make it better, and you want to avoid things that suck the energy out of you, you definitely want to consider where you live. You really want to inspect where you live and find out if where you live is just sucking everything out of you. And I guess the first thing that I think you should consider is if you're next to like a big electric power source. And the biggest thing that I could think of, or a good example that I could think of, is an antenna, like a big power line or something. If you have something like this next to your house, you probably just want to move. You probably shouldn't even try to mitigate that or try to avoid it. You should probably just move, because I think your body, I know your body and your health will thank you. So you want to consider moving. But for people who that's not an option, then maybe you could, or maybe you want to find out how bad it is and try to mitigate it. And one way to find out how bad it is and mitigate it is to invest or buy a device that detects electric fields and magnetic fields, and go around your apartment or go around your house and find out where the strongest magnetic and electric fields are. That way you can move, like the place where you sleep, which, you spend a lot of time sleeping. So you definitely want that place in a very safe area of your house where you don't have like some artificial electricity or some artificial magnetic field running through your body. So that would be a real good investment. Buy an electromagnetic field or electric field detector. I'll drop the link in the comment section of this video. So that's one thing. And I guess after that, after you look for like electric and magnetic fields throughout your place, you also want to consider the lighting in your place. Believe it or not, the lighting can systematically and over time just be sucking the life out of your body, sucking all the youth out of your body, sucking all the the sunlight, the energy that you receive from nature. It's really sad, where you live, where you lay your head and go to sleep. It's supposed to be your sanctuary, but it could be just a place that's just, you're probably better, and some people are just probably better off like not even in their home. It's really, it's really kind of sad if you think about it. But it's really empowering if you're aware that this type of thing is out here and it's going on. And it's also empowering if you can if you can know these things, you can avoid it and not even move into a place that has a bunch of dirty electricity and magnetic fields and stuff interfering with the electricity within your body. And yes, light. Light is a major. It's a major thing that affects your biology, going through your eyes, the light going through your skin. We are aware that sunlight is important in keeping us healthy, but also the lighting in your house has a major effect on your health. And the light in your house is similar to some of the frequencies of light in sunshine. But sunshine has the total package. The sunshine it's like a full course meal with all the healthy vitamins, minerals, and nutrients in the proper proportions. It's nature's perfect recipe. But when you're in an artificial place, you get oftentimes just one spectrum, and usually it's a harmful spectrum, especially in high concentrations of that one spectrum. And and I guess the biggest worst offender is blue light, or the blue spectrum of light that is in most businesses and places. And blue light is like it's the cheapest light. So most people aren't gonna invest in light that has full spectrum light that's healthier for you. So they get the cheap stuff, which is the blue spectrum, which has just detrimental effects on your health long term that people just aren't aware of. So that's one thing to think about and consider in your home. You want your home to be your sanctuary. You don't want anything draining your energy. And light has a major effect on your hormones. So you definitely want to take control of that if you can. And I guess my biggest recommendation as far as the light goes is, at night after the sun goes down, consider candles. Use candles. If candles aren't an option, maybe consider a red light like I have now. But it's artificial, and you definitely want to study this stuff and learn the effects of it and learn the pros and cons of the type of lighting that you use, even if you use an infrared light like I'm using right now. And you definitely want to learn like how far to keep it from you, and you want to know if it has its own electromagnetic field and things of this nature too. You definitely want to educate yourself about this stuff. And you definitely want to stick to nature. A candle is probably your best bet. And I guess after that, something safer or something better, maybe even consider a UV light. Definitely you want to learn about that too, and you want to keep it pretty far away from you. Maybe just use it to see. When I say UV, maybe UVA. UVA is relatively pretty safe, if you keep it away from you. And another safer light is incandescent light, which has more of the spectrum. It's not pure blue. That pure blue is really it does lots of things to you. I've like really been reading about this, and it's mind blowing how it can have systemic effects on your health. It can like raise your blood sugar without you eating anything. It can do all these things to you. So definitely, educate yourself about the light situation. And what else? We talked about electromagnetic fields in your house, sucking electricity out of your body. I just talked about the lighting, manipulating your hormones through your eyes and through your skin. And also in your house, you're not grounded in your house because you're not connected to the earth like you would be if you were in nature, walking barefoot. And even shoes shield you from the negative electricity that you get from the earth, which, you want a negative charge in your body. You want as big of a negative charge as possible. That's what food gives you. Food gives you a negative charge, which helps you absorb energy. And, if you slept outside on the ground at night, like we did throughout most of our evolution and throughout history, we'd be healthier because we'd be connected to the Earth's magnetic field, and the negative field would decrease inflammation. It would kind of feed you, and you get like all these benefits from it. So I guess another thing you could do, if it's an option, is to ground yourself. And I guess one way to ground yourself is to get a pole, stick it in the ground, and get a cord connected to the pole and connect it to yourself while you sleep. That's one thing to consider if that's an option, if you're not too high up in the building. And that's another thing, you don't want to be too high up in the building because it exposes you to even more different frequencies of light that you shouldn't be exposing yourself to, especially to any big extent. So you definitely want to be as low to the ground as possible. Maybe the first floor or the second floor or the third floor. Definitely things to consider. And these things that I mentioned, these things will lower your vitamin D and lower your other important hormones. You won't even know why. You'll think, it's something else. And it could just be simple things in your home, such as the electric power grid, the lighting in your home, and things like this. Getting a little bit cold. I've been in my ice tub for about 40 minutes now, so my voice is starting to shake a little bit. Okay, and so those are 3 things you can do to eliminate things that suck energy out of you, especially if you live in a city or some place that you have little control over this type of environment. So I'll go over them again. The first thing, you want to fix the electromagnetic fields. You want to find out how strong they are in your house, and you definitely want to know how strong they are in the place where you sleep, so that at the very least you can. Hey, sorry about that delay. I'm back. I just got out of my tub of ice. My video shut down, so I decided just to clean everything up and just pick the video up, as soon as I could, which is now. And the last thing I'd like to talk about, I was talking about light pollution before, and how important preventing light pollution is. And it's super, super important because light is one of the major controllers of our hormones. This is kind of one reason why sun gazing is really beneficial to you, which I'll get to later in my future video. I'll talk about some of the benefits of sun gazing and some of the things that it does for you that people don't even realize. But yeah, light is super important, and you really want to fix the light situation, especially you want to control what light goes through your eyes, because your eyes are one of the major things that control your hormones, your metabolism. So by getting like the wrong spectrums of light through your eyes at the wrong times of day, or getting too much of just one spectrum of light, it's kind of like eating it's kind of like eating the same food, like binging on like the same food. Like for example, we have the blue spectrum light, which is just ubiquitous in our society. It's just there's so much of it everywhere, and you can't avoid it. And being exposed to that all the time is just like eating like a nonstop diet of sugar, and that's no good for you. So, you definitely want to control the light situation. You want to get, full spectrum light from the sunshine, from the real source, and you want to get it at the right time of day. You really want to control that light. Like right now, I have candles right here. It's still light. It still interrupts your hormone cycle within your body, but it's one of the safest forms of light for this time of night. Right now, it's like 11. It's 11 p.m. right now, and this is how we evolved. We evolved around a campfire, so our biology is ready for this type of thing. But if you must be in a situation where you need like some artificial light, something bright, you really want to protect your eyes. You want to protect your skin too, but you definitely want to protect your eyes. And I'm gonna finish the video by talking about ways to protect your eyes. And as you can see right now, I'm wearing some orange glasses, and these glasses are not just orange for flashing style, but they're orange to block like a broad spectrum of blue light. I think from 400 to about 500, and it blocks the intensity of the blue light. And I'll put like another pair of glasses up next to them to show you like the contrast of the difference, because I know it's dark in here. But yeah, these are orange, and they block from about 400 to 500, and these are also blue blocking glasses, but they block less blue light, and they don't really block the intensity. As you can see, they're clear, so the light still comes through my eyes strongly, but it still blocks some of the blue spectrum. So yeah, glasses are definitely something you want to incorporate and use in your home, or even if you're at work, you're in a situation where you can't get away from artificial light, artificial situation. You want to invest in some glasses. You really want to protect those eyes, because those eyes are the key. Those eyes are the beginning of everything, and they're way more complicated than people understand. I've been doing a lot of reading. I've like learned how deep it goes, and it goes real deep. I'm talking like, the tip of this is just the tip of the iceberg. It's like there's so much more to it that we don't even really know about. So you definitely want to protect those eyes. And I'll give you some sources on that later, on like where I get this information from, because the guy that I get the information from, he's a genius. He's a genius, and I'm a big time follower of him, and yeah, I'm gonna hook you up with that link a little bit later. But I'll end the video here. Thank you so much for tuning in. And if you like what you've heard, you like what you've seen and witnessed, please like my video. Please subscribe, and please drop some comments if you have something to tell me, something to share with me and the rest of the community. And thank you so much. Trust me, it's not the end. I have more to bring to the table. So please stay tuned, because I think it's gonna get real interesting. So have a good night, have a good morning, wherever you are in the world. Enjoy, love, and I'll see you next time.